Okay, another thing I want to talk about that's very important that you quickly learn to master is the faction ability. Um, if you'll see down here, you have the attack option for the hero, the spell book, and then in the middle you have each empire's faction ability. The gauge on this charges over time as to how the battle is going. As I understand it, how quickly it charges depends on different actions that vary from race to race. So it's really a good idea to learn your race's faction ability and learn to master it. For example, the Haven have the ability to make a unit invincible, um, and make it unable to attack, which is really nice and at the same time annoying when you're playing against the Haven. And one strategy that the computer player seems to overuse is they'll send a powerful group of melee units out to attack you, but they'll have them be invincible until they get to your ranged units, because as long as they don't attack, the effect seems to hold. So then you have like massive numbers of enemy melee units charging towards your ranged units, and you can do nothing to stop them, which really sucks. I mean, ugh. But at the same time, while I don't like that, I do love my faction's ability to gain for a couple rounds 14% more hit points, um, major increase to damage, an increase to and an increase in defensive abilities. So I haven't played around much with what the other faction abilities are, but see, like you click it here, more defense. Actually, no, it doesn't give you attack. It gives you more defense against magic and that kind of thing. So yeah, you need to learn your faction ability, and you don't have to wait till it's fully charged in order to activate it, but it's more powerful if you wait till it's fully charged to activate the advantage that it gives. So yeah, that's one thing you need to learn. Another thing that's different that you need to become familiar with is the concept of reputation. You may have looked into the previews and it put a lot of emphasis on reputation. You now have a reputation that you got to upkeep. And what exactly does that all entail? Well, let's show you right quick. As you play throughout the game, there's various actions that you do that will affect your tiers or blood reputations respectively. One of the big things is, and we all remember from previous games, if you overwhelmed a neutral army, you had the option to shoot. I'm pretty much trapped in here. They would flee, and you had the option to pursue and engage them. If you let them go, you gain some tiers reputation. If you kill them, though, you gain blood reputation. And then various other things, like in certain structures where you could choose between getting more defense or more attack. If you choose to get more defense, your tiers reputation increases. If you choose to get more attack, your blood reputation increases. So basically it works as a way to reward the people who like to go out and kill everything. And then at the same time, it has the added benefit of rewarding players like me who don't really want to kill everything, and which is particularly why I play as the Sanctuary, because they're more passive and awesome. Also with abilities, certain abilities affect your reputation. You have red around some, these are blood abilities, and then you have white around some, which are abilities from different types. Let's look a little more closely how that all comes into play. Click the hero here. Now, as you advance in blood or reputation tiers, it unlocks new abilities. You have level 1, you have your base, which you start out as, which you're not ready to change, so your hero looks ugly, but your hero look actually changes depending on what you're aligned to, which is interesting. But as this gauge fills up, as you do tiers actions, for example, when it gets all the way top, you can then transfer to tiers level 1, which allows access to this new ability, and then you get to tiers level 2, and it allows access to another ability, or if you choose to go the blood route, you get that option there. And your options in the basic game is pretty limited, but when you play the campaign, it throws more choices in your way, which is a nice feature that every good campaign should have. The option for players to decide how they want to go about things. In one example, in the Sanctuary campaign, there is a powerful army guarding a um, a dynasty weapon, and your hero says, we could really use that weapon, but then you have to choose how you go about it. Do you negotiate with them? Because they don't want you to have the weapon. Do you try to negotiate with them, or do you just develop an overwhelming army and kill them? Obviously, negotiation, choosing the peaceable route, gives you Tyr's reputation, and the blood route, well, or killing them gives you the blood reputation. So you really have a lot of choices like that. Um, which one thing that's kind of sucked is in the initial two missions that you have to do, it presented you the option, or so-called option, but it only let you choose one. The other option was grayed out. So I guess if it's a prologue, it has to go a certain way, but as you progress through the game, there's other actions that you can take, and the campaign rewards you with more rewards for accomplishing or making the choice. Do you want to be blood, or do you want to follow the Tyr's reputation? So that's one of the nice touches that they add to the campaign in regular game. But that's pretty much everything I can think of as far as the new changes to the game. If you have any other questions, or if there's anything else you'd want to know, just feel free to send me a mail, ask me, because I may have forgotten something. And if you want an actual, I don't really know if I want to give an actual review, because basically I think the game's great, and I'm pretty satiate anyway, so naturally I think it's great. So I guess a satiate person's not the kind of person you want to give for a review. Oh yeah, and by the way, on this battle dive while I'm fighting griffins, and here's a Might Magic 5, you could kind of predict what unit it was going for, and then move that unit out of the way. They decided to be jerks in this game, and even if you move the unit, they're still going to come at you. So moving it's pointless. Yeah, they're going after the Pearl Priestess right here. Stop it. You guys suck. But I'm sure I'd love the ability to do that when I play as them. Ooh, and you're too close. But yeah, basically if you have any questions, or if you have anything else you'd like to or want to know about, kind of, feel free to ask. I'm sure there's official reviews out there, but in short, say I like the game and I think it's worth a buy. But again, you really want to, I can't stress this enough, you want to check your system requirements, or the system requirements, and see if your computer is actually up to the task, because mine wasn't, and I thought it would be, so seriously check that. Alright, with that said, thanks for watching. Hope you found this helpful, and have a good one.